Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Giselle. Welcome to my little corner where we chat all things fragrances. If you're new here, I'm super happy that you landed on my channel. I hope you enjoy my content. And if you're one of my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your loyal support. Guys, today is all about affordable and niche fragrances that leave an incredible trail. So if you're interested in learning more about my fragrances, stay tuned. So the first one on my list, guys, is Mirage with Love by Afnan. Afnan is a niche house from the Middle East. After my experience with Rare Tiffany, which is a fragrance I discovered last year, and it was a hidden gem by then, not anymore, but it was. I really wanted to explore more of the house. I wanted to explore more opportunities to find great fragrances, as it was and it is Rare Tiffany. I found two, which is Her Highness Red, which I already talked about in another video, and Mirage with Love. This, guys, is so beautiful, so beautiful. It's an aromatic, woody, ambery, earthy type of scent. It's earthy, but it's clean. It's not a dirty type of earthy scent. Very beautiful. It's very sweet. It has caramel, which is very prominent. Also saffron, very prominent as well. You have to enjoy spices, especially saffron, because it's heavy on this spice. Also has musk, it has amber, it has moss. Yeah, it's kind of dewy and oud. It also has jasmine, but it's not like an indolent jasmine. It's not creamy either. This is more like a jasmine tea. It's more like a translucent, clear, sheer type of jasmine. It's very intoxicating. It's very long lasting, and it projects about 2 arm lengths. And the sillage, which is the topic of today's video, it's impressive. It really turns heads. It's beautiful. It's a heavy hitter, definitely a head turner. And the sillage is super beautiful. It's like sugary. It's beautiful. It reminds me a lot of Baccarat Rouge 540. Nowadays, everything seems to remind us of Baccarat Rouge 540. It's not on a dupe level. It's not a dupe. I wouldn't consider this a dupe at all. In fact, I don't even talk about dupes on my channel, as you know. But it is very similar, I would say, and this has better performance. Baccarat Rouge, unfortunately, doesn't last on my skin, but this one lasts many hours. It's just beautiful. It's super affordable, and you have the best of both worlds because it's niche and affordable. So yeah, this was Mirage with Love by Afnan. Next one on my list, guys, is Mon Parfum Gold, and this is by Micallef. Actually, this was a gift. They didn't even ask me for a review or anything, but as I always say, if I believe in the product, if I love the product, and especially when they are so kind to give me a gift and not even asking for a review in return, I will be more than happy to do that, especially with Micallef. This is a house that will always hold a special spot in my heart, because this is actually how I started my journey into the niche world, in niche fragrances world. My first 2 fragrances were Micallef. I still have them. I have them both. I don't have one of them here, but I have the other, which is oud. This bottle is over 12 years old, and yeah, this was part of the start of my journey. But yeah, this is a beautiful fragrance, very refined, very sophisticated. It's very heavy. It's kind of dark, but in the best possible way. It's an ambery, floral, woody, slightly incensey type of scent. It also has plum, it has pink berries, which are both pretty prominent, especially the berries in the opening. It has tangerine, orange blossom, it has tuberose, which is the note that I struggle with. And here you can notice the tuberose. Unfortunately, they were kind enough to let me choose. I chose this one. It's an amazing fragrance, absolutely beautiful. It doesn't work for me because of the tuberose, and also the dry down doesn't blend well with my skin chemistry. But this is such a beautiful, gorgeous scent. If it works for you, it's a masterpiece. It smells super expensive, super luxurious, but in an understated way. It also has some incensey accords, although it doesn't have incense as a note, but it does have woods here. It has sandalwood, it has jasmine as well. Woody notes can behave in so many different ways. You can imagine, like sandalwood, for example, provides creaminess and a lot of sweetness as well. Not the cloying type, but sandalwood fragrances tend to be sweet. while guaiac wood, for example, provides this type of smokiness, right? And if we talk about birch, for example, birch wood, it's a note used in perfumery to recreate the smell of the Russian leather. So wood is very, very versatile. You can achieve different accords, completely different among them, and they all come from woody notes. So in this case, I can smell some sandalwood here, but the smokiness could be also from guaiac wood. It's a very long-lasting scent. It projects really well. The sillage is also impressive. That's why it made it to this list. The other day I wore it. I had to go to a building. I took the elevator. I ran my errands and everything. And like half an hour later, I came back to the elevator and I could still smell it. Yeah, the sillage is really, really impressive. After a couple hours, it becomes more like a skin scent, and it will last for probably 5-6 hours. It's very, very long lasting, super high quality. It's very cozy, very warm. It's very cocooning, I would say, very comforting, and ultra feminine. So yeah, this was Mon Parfum Gold by Micallef. Be more beautiful. So moving on, guys, the next one is Alaya, and it's an eau de parfum. This is the original. This is my favorite. I don't like the other flankers, but this is stunning, guys. This is niche quality. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a very creamy and spicy, leathery type of scent. Yeah, the leather, it's pretty prominent, especially during the night. This is a fragrance that behaves really different during the day and during the night. Although I tend to wear this during the night, especially in the colder months, I have to say that the few times I wore this during the day, I also like to experiment and try different things. And when I tried during the day, I was surprised because I didn't get much of the leather at all. It was more like musky, if it makes sense. But during the night, you can get way more of the spices and more of the leather. It's elegant, it's so classy, signature scent worthy. This perfume screams class and confidence. Oh boy, it does. It has rose, it has peonies, it has violet, musk, leather, as I said. And again, during the night you will get more of the leather and the spices, while during the day you will get more of the creaminess and more of the musk. So I remember the first time I tried this fragrance, I was at the Bal Harbour shops in Miami, in Florida. And it was when they launched this fragrance, and the sales associate was outside of Saks, and she was sampling and testing people and everything, looking for volunteers to test it. And of course I volunteered. I tried the fragrance, she gave me a sample, and I remember that after that, the trail I left, guys, it was like all over the mall. Like people literally follow me and ask me what I was wearing, and they told me that they could smell it since I left, you know, the stand where they were testing it. So yeah, it's a really beautiful sillage. It's very, very elegant. This is a head turner, also a heavy hitter, perfect for this time of the year. And you should definitely try it. You have to enjoy leather fragrances. This is not like a leather car seat, but still it is prominent. You have to enjoy leather fragrances, and if you do, actually I have a leather fragrances video. I already filmed it, but I'm not quite sure if I should upload it or not, because I think that many people don't really like leather. So sorry for digressing, but let me know in the comments below if you would like to watch that. But anyway, this is a leather fragrance and you have to enjoy this note. Very, very classy, super elegant, sophisticated fragrance by Alaya. The next one on my list is Versilia Orum by Profumi del Forte. Profumi del Forte is a niche house based in Italy. Their fragrances remind me a lot of Xerjoff fragrances. Usually in perfumery, Italian perfumery is different from French perfumery, and this is a typical, like Xerjoff, this is a typical fragrance from an Italian niche house. It's super, super over the top, super elegant. This is really high quality. It's very rich, very dense, super luxurious. It has a fruity opening with plum, orange, strawberries. Strawberries are very, very present here. Usually I struggle with berries in general. I love to eat them, but in fragrances, I don't love them that much. However, here the strawberry, it's very prominent, but it's super well blended, and it's absolutely, absolutely beautiful. So it has a fruity opening, it has a floral core, and it has an ambery, resinous, balmy dry down. This is a fruity vanilla bomb, guys. And this is a beast mode fragrance. This lasts forever. You have to scrub your skin to remove it. I don't know if it's been reformulated. I talked about this fragrance a couple times already. I don't know if they have reformulated this fragrance or not. My first encounter with this house and actually with this fragrance was over 10 years ago. I bought the old packaging, which was this one, and it was leaking, so I returned it. I got a new bottle and it was also leaking, so I assume it had to do with the design. Then I went through the whole bottle, I bought another one and it was also leaking. So long story short, I think it definitely had to do with the design. Probably that's why they went through the repackaging process. So I don't know, it smells exactly the same and I haven't lost anything in terms of lasting power. So I think it probably hasn't been reformulated, and if they did, it's something pretty subtle. It doesn't really affect the DNA and the structure. But yeah, this is the kind of new bottle and it's so beautiful, guys. It's very thick, very sticky. It's very fragrant, dense, rich, decadent, addictive, sexy, gourmand. This is also a gourmand lover's dream. Although this doesn't resemble any type of dessert or pastry or whatever. This is not on what I call an edible level, but still it's a very gourmand type of scent. It's very seductive, it's very classy, smells super expensive, a very flirty scent, very flirty, gorgeous. Performance is second to none. 10 out of 10 in all the departments: sillage, projection, lasting power, the scent. It's so beautiful. This is a very heavy fragrance, so I won't recommend that you wear this during the day. This is for the colder months. At least this is how I like to wear this during the colder months, especially during the night. Very sexy. So the next one on my list is Casablanca by Swiss Arabian. This is the fragrance I will never get tired of saying the same thing. This is one of those fragrances that even if it cost more, I would still be open to pay more because it is absolutely beautiful. This to me smells like creme brulee in a bottle with some fruits, and it is fruity in the opening as well. It has apples and it has grapes, which are pretty prominent, and I think especially the apples, kind of the Granny Smith type, which is tart, and I think this tartness is super duper important here to balance out the whole sweetness, because this is a very sweet type of scent. The grapes here to me are the purple type, not the green type, so they are very sweet, and again, together with the tartness from the apples, I think makes up for a perfect balanced fragrance. This fragrance also has musk, it has patchouli, it has iris, although it's not powdery at all. It's very elegant, very sexy again, a crowd pleaser. People love this fragrance. I receive always massive compliments, always. Projects really well. It has an intoxicating trail. Literally, the sillage is divine. Let me spray some. Oh, here. So beautiful. So beautiful, guys. You have to let it dry a few minutes because the tartness and the grapes are very prominent in the opening, which could be a turn off for many people. But after you get past those initial 10, 15, up to 20 minutes, I can guarantee you won't smell the apple anymore. At least it won't be that prominent, nor will be the grapes. And you will get more of the caramel, a little bit of the patchouli as well. It will be more gooey, more decadent, more sticky, almost syrupy, and yeah, this is what makes this fragrance super decadent and addictive. It's very beautiful. Honestly, if you haven't tried this, you're leaving a lot on the table because this is niche quality for the price of a celebrity fragrance. So if you like gourmand fragrances, you should definitely try Casablanca. It is a very different type of gourmand and you should definitely try it. So the next fragrance I have for you guys is Lil Flair by Byredo. I think this is the most controversial Byredo fragrance of all. I don't know why, it's such a beautiful scent. It's a rose fragrance, but this is a Byredo fragrance. This is different. Byredo has other rose fragrances which I love, like Rose of No Man's Land, Rose Noir, for example. This is also a rose fragrance, but it's different. The other two are more in line with the typical rose. However, this is completely different. This is crisp, this is slightly soapy, it's slightly astringent as a typical Byredo fragrance, very clean, Projection is amazing. I think I shared the story with you. I went to the post office and I recall I sprayed twice, zack. Head to the post office. The lady was wearing her mask. She was behind the screen and she could still smell it. She asked me, what are you wearing? Or what are you shipping here? She thought it was something in the envelope. And she said, what are you shipping here? She thought the bottle was broken or something. And I told her what it was shipping. It was non-fragrance related. And she said, oh, because I thought it came from here because it's smelling so strong and it's so good. And she could smell that with her mask and behind the screen. So it says a thing or two about the fragrance. It has an impressive projection and sillage is also very beautiful. It doesn't have a strong lasting power. It lasts about 3 hours, maybe 4, no more than that. But the 3-4 hours it is on your skin, people will notice and you will be able to smell it yourself. Plus, it has great projection, as I said, and great sillage. So all these things to me make this a very beautiful fragrance. Totally different. It's a totally different take, your typical rose scent. In fact, when you smell it, you don't really smell roses right up front, to a point that even if you don't like rose in fragrances, you may still like it. I won't recommend Rose of No Man's Land, for example, or Rose Noir if you don't like roses, but I would still recommend that you try this one. It's very beautiful. It's very bright, very juicy, very sparkly in the opening. It is an attention grabber for sure. It has Damascena rose. It has leather, although you barely smell it, only in the dry down and a little bit, very little. It has amber and it has vanilla, also more prominent in the dry down, but this is not an ambery or vanilla scent. Those are more like in a supporting role rather than being the star of the fragrance. But yeah, this was Lil Fleur by Rico. So the next one is a cult favorite and it is Dior Adieu. I don't know how many bottles I went through in my life and it's beautiful. It's a powerhouse powdery vanilla scent, slightly spicy. This fragrance is magical when you're with people because people love it. People adore this fragrance, and when I tell you everybody likes it, I mean it. Everybody loves it. It's very addictive. They couldn't have picked a better name. It's very addictive, very seductive. It's very feminine. It's super sexy. It leans more on the mature side. Lasts for about 8 hours. It's very strong, and it's also a fragrance that I realized you shouldn't layer it with anything. I think it is too strong. You will risk that it will overpower any other fragrance you pair this with, regardless if you put this on top or before your favorite fragrance. And it's strong. It's really strong and it's beautiful on its own. You don't really need to layer it, and it is a powerhouse, guys. It's sexy, it's seductive, yet very classy. It's signature scent worthy, perfect for night outs. This is a fragrance also that I also wear only during the night. Sillage and projection are literally out of this world. Projects like crazy, and sillage will literally leave a cloud that lingers in the air. It stays there. It has Mysore sandalwood, my favorite sandalwood in the whole world. It has Bulgarian rose, it has orange blossom, tonka. It probably has iris because it's very powdery. It's not creamy, so I'm not thinking of Oris, but I think it probably has iris as well. It's very powdery. You have to enjoy powdery fragrances. And this is the queen. This is the queen. It's very beautiful. There's not much that I can add that hasn't already been said or that you haven't already experienced, because this is a fragrance that's been around forever. There's not too much that I can add, but if you haven't tried it, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that this is one of those powerhouses with the best sillage in the market. Yeah, Dior Adieu, sorry for all the fingerprints. Yeah. Moving on, I have here the Chronic. This is the original. I recently talked about Rouge Extreme Flanker. I prefer 100 times this one, which is the original. It smells like nothing you have smelled before. It wasn't love at first sniff. It really grew on me, but now I love it. I can't live without it. It's very unique. It's very warm. It's warm, resinous, ambery, sweet, seductive, spicy. It has a lot of cinnamon. Cinnamon is really strong. To enjoy this fragrance, you need to enjoy spices, and in particular, you need to enjoy cinnamon. It's very sweet, however, it's so well blended that it's not cloying or tooth achingly sweet, but it is very sweet. It also has leather, musk, patchouli. Patchouli is more prominent, leather barely, and musk, you will get it more in the dry down. This is a fragrance that I could never thought could perform well under high heat and high humidity. And this summer I was like on a mission to try fragrances that were not supposed to be for the warmer months. And this was such a pleasant surprise, because I realized that under high heat and high humidity, it lasts longer, it projects better, and the sillage is even more impressive. But yeah, this is honestly an all year round type of scent, and it's beautiful. I thought that this was a fragrance that I could only wear during the winter, and the colder the better, but in the summer it's out of this world. Performance is second to none. I get around 8 to 10 hours. Projection and sillage are amazing. Projection is about an arm length, and sillage is really, really beautiful. It's sugary, it lingers in the air. It's just stunning. It's just stunning, and it smells different. If you want to smell unique, if you want to smell super different, go for this one. It's absolutely beautiful, super sexy. This is a very, very sexy fragrance, so be mindful when you wear it. And again, this is a fragrance that performs amazingly well under high heat and high humidity. I have a lot of subscribers from Southeast Asia. So if you live in Southeast Asia, any other tropical location, or if you're entering summer right now, you should definitely give this a try. The Chronic by Byron Parfums. So guys, the next one is a gem from the 90s, and it is La Prairie Eau de Parfum. This is one of the best fragrances ever created. It's super complex, and I wish you could smell it through the screen. Unfortunately, it's been discontinued since I don't know when. I heard that Micallef bought the formula and relaunched it under a different name, but unfortunately I couldn't find that fragrance. And yeah, this is absolutely stunning, super complex, a floral, oriental, woody, honey-based type of scent. Honey is very, very prominent. It's very beautiful. I'm glad that I bought it a few years ago, because now the prices online are ridiculous, $800–900. It's not that it's not worth it, but yeah, the prices are crazy. But it's stunning. It's addictive, intoxicating, super rich. It's very bold. It smells super luxe. This is one of those fragrances that it smells so expensive that if you wear this fragrance, you literally don't need anything else. You don't even need to accessorize yourself. And I'm the queen of the accessories. I love accessorizing, but this is like so complex, so bold. This will speak for you. You won't need anything else. It's absolutely beautiful. It's very mature. It leans on the mature side, but it's not vintage. Well, for some people it could be vintage, but it's not like an old book type of vintage, if it makes sense. It has cinnamon, it has coriander, it has honey, which is pretty prominent, it has plum, it has peach, it has jasmine, ylang ylang, which is also very prominent, it has rose, it has sandalwood. Oh gosh, it has a little bit of everything. This is a heavy hitter. This is also confidence in a bottle. It's the epitome of class. This is a class act on its own. This truly is a masterpiece. It's a woody, fruity, balsamic, warm type of scent. Ultra sexy, mature sexy, I would say, and will definitely turn heads. Projection is a beast. It's like more than 2 arm lengths. Sillage is literally out of this world. My husband is not into fragrances, and yesterday I just sprayed once in one of my hands just because I wanted to smell it. And I left, and he told me, what is that? It's so beautiful. And I couldn't believe that, because it was just one single spray. And on top of that, I could smell the fragrance even after washing my hands like 8 hours later. So yeah, it really is a masterpiece. Top performer. Scent-wise is out of this world. There's nothing out there even close to this. I hope La Prairie one day, if someone is watching, please bring this formula back. And yeah, I can only recommend this fragrance for you. If you like heavy hitters, if you like to smell different, if you like sexy fragrances, if you like to turn heads, if you like to be remembered by your perfume, you should definitely try this. La Prairie Original by La Prairie. So guys, the last one for today is Alien Mirage. I always say that I think I like this so much because it has nothing to do with the original Alien. I can't stand the original Alien. I just can't. Not everything out there is for all of us, and this is a clear example. I love this because it's not similar to the original. Alien Mirage, it's a very mineral, aquatic, floral type of scent. It has lotus flower. Lotus flower, it's an aquatic flower, and it gives dewiness and it gives that aquatic note without being salty or ozonic, right? Because it's absolutely gorgeous. It's very, very creamy, sweet. It's perfect for the warmer months. In summer, this is a stunner. This is a stunner. In winter, it becomes pretty crispy, and the lotus flower is not that prominent. It's not that dewy during the winter time, but during the summer, it becomes really dewy. It truly blooms, and the lotus flower is very, very prominent. In winter, you will get more of the mineral note, while in summer, you will get more of the creamy notes, and again, of the lotus flower. It's a nighttime fragrance, very beautiful, also very sexy. It has syringa, which is a flower that blooms during the night. It's a nighttime scent by all means. It's very refreshing, very invigorating. It also smells different. It's not a generic fragrance at all. In fact, in the mainstream category, I haven't smelled anything like this, and it's just beautiful. So again, if you live in a tropical area or if you're entering summer right now, you should definitely try it. If you live in a colder place, don't be discouraged. You can definitely wear it because it's very beautiful. The sillage, which is the topic of this video, is impressive. It leaves an amazing, amazing sillage. Projection is average, but the sillage, the trail you will leave, it's very intoxicating, it's very seductive, and people will follow you. You will get tons and tons of compliments with Alien Mirage. So yeah, this has been for today. I hope you enjoyed my video about affordable and niche fragrances that leave an incredible trail. Let me know in the comments below if you have a favorite fragrance that has this impressive trail. I'm always in the search of special fragrances. I love to leave a nice trail. Who doesn't, right? And yeah, I would love to know. I'm very curious. Please stay safe, and I'll see you next Saturday. Bye-bye.